Well, there have been some shenanigans. There was an offside off a corner. That's what we're going to look at first because that is just ridiculous. Hey, it's Mike, manager of Chorley FC. Welcome to Up the Ladder Season 2, Episode 6. And today we've got two more games in the Vanarama National League for you. But since we were last together, form has not been great. But we're doing all right for a newly promoted team here. So last time we were together, we played the Sutton match where we won 1-0. And we played the Aldershot match where we lost 2-1. Since then, we've mostly lost, but picked up a couple of wins in there. We lost 2-0 to Notts County, and then were knocked out of the FA Trophy by Spennymoor in extra time. This was a real barn burner of a game. They went up in the 28th minute. We tied it in the 45th. They went up in the 77th. We tied it in the 88th, and then they scored in the 120th in extra time, literally the last minute of extra time to knock us out of the game there. It was quite the match. But we bounced back with a 2-1 win against Wrexham, and then this is where shenanigans came in. Ebbsfleet's top of the league. We lost 5-2, but we should have only lost 5-3 as our last goal in the 93rd minute was disallowed. So first it's going to show you the lead up here to the goal, or to the corner kick. So it comes through to Riley, who passes back to Newby, who takes a great shot from range, and that's saved. Then let's see here. So it comes into Garcia, who heads it directly in, right? Like, let's see here. Okay, so you can't be offside on the corner because where the ball is, I'm trying to use my finger, where the ball is here is along the line. So you can't be offside there. So it'd have to be off of Garcia's header. So here comes the ball in. I guess they're doing it for that guy there who's marking the keeper. That must be what the goal is. But I was so mad. I'm like, how can you be offside of it? The guy's not even going for the ball. He's just standing there. I don't know. I used to be a linesman back in my teenage years, and I don't think that would have been offside. So shenanigans there anyway. But we would have lost anyway because it was 5-2. Awful defending on our part. So yeah. Then we went on to a 2-0 win against Boreham Wood. So kind of bouncing back and forth. And we had 2 games in a row where we won, because we won 3-1 against Maidenhead. Butterfield was sent off in the 84th, and then we scored a pen to go up by 2. We dominated that game. Send-off was late, but we dominated that game. And now we were in a goal-scoring drought as we lost 2-0 to Harrogate, and then 1-0 to fellow promoted side Darlington. So hopefully we can turn around and find some form. We seem to be playing a little bit better on camera here, so hopefully that will continue as we go up against 12th place Kings Lynn and 8th place Scunthorpe in our game today, and we are sitting right in 15th there. So Kings Lynn, we can jump up into, well, at least being tied with them. We have an equal, no, we have a worse goal differential than them, but we can jump up there, and then Scunthorpe is up in 8th, fighting for that playoff spot. We can finish up into 4th, but we can also drop down into 24th at this point of the season, and being at that 15th spot, our goal was to finish mid-table, and we are sitting at, or not goal to finish mid-table. Goal was to battle bravely against relegation, and we're sitting in mid-table, so much better than need be. The other news is that we have had a club takeover, which was a possibility of the last game. They haven't pumped any money really in. I guess they pumped a little bit, like 11,000 into the transfer budget, but they haven't really pumped that much money in. What it did do is change our vision a little bit. I'm gonna change that. So before we had all those play defensive, exciting, possession, or no, direct attack. I don't know. We had 4 things that we had to do for our culture in the way that we played. Now it's just to strive to make progress on and off the pitch. All the other expectations have remained the same. Fight bravely against relegation. They're delighted because we're up in mid-table. Reach the first round, minimum we passed, and reach the second round, minimum we passed. So all that they're fine with. They want a recorded national Vanarama national top half finish. That's after my contract expires, but in the next seasons. So that's the goals of this. Job security is untouchable, so that's nice. So we have had a club takeover, which really has just changed our vision, but not our finances all that much. But anyways, that's all. That's now you're caught up to what we've been doing. So we are going to go ahead and play against Kings Lynn, and I did not set up my lineup before I brought you in here. So I'm going to do that, and we'll do a quick jump forward. All right, lineup is set up. We have moved to a 4-1-4-1 for this game as we're playing away at Kings Lynn. And so, in the goal, we remain with Hilton. Out on the right will be Moore, Kennedy, and Baines in the center. Bailey is jaded, needs a rest, so he's on vacation. So Baines will come in there, and Lowy will come out into the left-hand side. Tomlinson will be the defensive midfielder. Ebanks playing right mid, giving Newby a rest. Ingwesson and Boadu in the center mid, and Bramal out left, and Riley up front. And that is how we are lining up here against Kings Lynn. So hopefully we can turn around and find some form in this match here today. All right, nobody expects anything, so we'll ease some of the pressure on, and we will start this match. That's our formation. Confusion. Anyways, here we go, off to the races, but not really, as there has been no highlights and hardly any shots. There's yellow card, as we already go first 10 minutes with nothing much going on. And so far it looks like we've been quite solid defensively, but haven't had any potency up front. But we have a throw in, Ebanks into Ingwesson, back to Ebanks, who will take it down. He'll get tackled by their left back Denton, who will kick it forward into their striker Marriott, back to Porter. Kings Lynn trying to get on the counter, but we've regrouped back pretty well, but they still remain in possession, as now it comes back to Kara into Smith. Smith will play it out right to Kiwoma, who will hit the early cross. Marriott will get a header, and let's go over the bar. And that's your first highlight, comes for Kings Lynn, as they've yet to hit the target so far, but we are just fine with that. As we come into the 29th minute, hopefully we can snag something going here. But so far, nothing is happening for us. As we come into the 37th minute, we don't even have that much possession either at the moment. Not doing great in the passes completion either, only at 67%. But I mean, we go in with a draw, which I guess is all right for us so far. Kennedy is being solid in that center back. I'm going to say to keep it up. And we're going to look to get the striker motivated up there to work some magic up front. Riley hasn't been great. I probably should have been Cardwell. This is probably a little bit better to play a target man up front there to bring the ball down, and that's more what Cardwell is, so we might have to do that eventually here. They want me to mark someone. Who they want me to mark? The striker? Neither of them have particularly good marking. Yeah, they want me to mark striker, so we'll do that. All right. So we hit the 60th minute. Still not a whole lot happening. Oh, we've gotten some shot attempts, but you've yet to hit the target here. Now we got to throw in Ebanks, so throw it into Ingwesson, back to Ebanks again. Into Ingwesson, who will put it across to Riley, who will put it into the bottom corner, and despite not having much in the way of offense, we do take our chance and go up 1-0 as Ebanks throws it in Ingwesson. One touches it back to him. Back into Ingwesson. Some good teamwork by the two of them there. We'll get it low across to Riley. Steps back and buries it in the bottom corner. And we are up 1-0, which jumps us up into 14th place right now. Equal on points with Kings Lynn. That goal differential making the difference. We come to the 70th minute. We're going to make a couple of changes. Everyone's playing quite well, except Daniel Lowy. So we're going to move Baines out onto... Actually, no, we're going to keep Baines in the center And we're going to bring Scott Leather out on the left-hand side there as the fullback. We'll leave him there. And then we will also make a change in Boadu. We'll bring in Daniel Malone. He likes playing as a Carrillo. And those are the two changes that we will make here as we continue in the game and try to hold on to this 1-0 lead. Bramal's now getting tired, so we might make a sub after this highlight, as Leather will throw the ball into their team and send them out on a breakaway. Kendall will come in and hit the post, and Kennedy will clear that out. We got away with that one there. That's Leather tends to be awful at his throw-ins. We'll make a sub here for the tired Bramal, and we're going to bring in... Oh, who are we going to bring in? I don't have anyone who plays left, really. Let's see. Newby can. Okay, so we're going to bring in Elliot Newby. It's not on his list of things, but he seems to be all right with it. So he comes in the 80th minute for our last sub, and we have gotten away with one there from Captain Leather throwing it away. We have that throw-in on that dangerous side apparently for us, but Leather has it. He'll throw it into Ebanks. Ebanks will cross it over to Riley. Riley into Newby, who will put it into the bottom corner to put us up 2-0. Newby hardly on the pitch, maybe like 6 minutes there. I think we made the sub at the 80th minute, and he will put in a goal to put us up 2-0. Another throw-in play into Ebanks, who will cross it over to Riley, who has a good heads-up play to pass it over to Newby. I almost was going to take off Riley, and now he's got a goal and assist there. And we are up 2-0, which should seal this match for us. But they have a corner kick because Ghiazzi puts it in, and it bounces off Kennedy, I think. Yeah, an unlucky bounce off of Kieran Kennedy to make it 2-1, as Kings Lynn now has some hope in this match. Cross comes in. It was just everyone missed it, and Kennedy didn't have time to react to it as it bounces off his shin and goes in. We got lots of extra time here, but we should wrap it up there as we score all 3 goals today. Unfortunately, one is on our own net, but we have won 2-1 against Kings Lynn away. It's a really, really good result for us, especially in the kind of form that we've been. So hopefully we can carry that into our match against Scunthorpe. All right, so we're back for the next game. Apparently this is my 100th game in charge, so we got a big milestone, but we're against Scunthorpe, who are up in the upper table of the league fighting for a playoff spot. So this is how we're lining up at home. We're going to remain with the 4-1-4-1, but we're going to go to a balanced mentality instead of a cautious since we're at home. Not too many changes. Hilton, who remains in net, Moore outright, Kennedy and Bailey at the center D. Bailey coming back in after his vacay. Lowy remains out on the left. Tomlinson remains as a center as our defensive midfielder. Ebanks remains out right. Calvelelli comes in as Nguesson now needs a rest, so he's on vacation. And Butterfield is on international duty, and what's his name? Malone cannot play because we loaned him from Scunthorpe, so he's ineligible. So Calvelelli comes in for a very rare appearance, let alone start. Boadu remains in that center midfield spot. Bramal out left, and Riley is going to stay up front for this match against Scunthorpe, my 100th match in charge. So that is some exciting stuff for us here today as we warm up for this game and see if we can get a run going rather than this kind of back and forth, win-loss, win-loss, loss, win, win, loss, loss, win, win, you know, those kind of things. All right, show me what you can do, guys, as we kick off here against Scunthorpe, who are sitting in 8th place, just 2 points out, with a game in hand on Aldershot there. And we have a highlight as we get a flick on there from someone. I think that might have been Riley. But they come on the attack. Beeston comes to Pugh. Loft from distance, not even close. And that will be a goal kick for us. We are dropped down to 15th right now with this draw, as Torquay must be winning their game. And so far it has been mostly Scunthorpe's offense. We have even less possession than we did against Kings Lynn, but we were able to come away with a win against Kings Lynn, so hopefully we can do the same here against a team that is better than us. We do have the throwing Moore into Calvelelli, back to Moore, across to Kennedy, who will launch it forward to Riley, who can't, it doesn't even really go in the direction of Riley, and now Scunthorpe is countering with Pugh. Over to Garwood. Garwood will carry it down the side before passing it to Gilead. Ebanks with a great interception as he will play it down into space for Riley to run onto, who will take it out wide, gets tackled and draws the penalty. Great run, great play by Ebanks with that interception and a counter. And we have a chance to go up as Riley steps up and puts it confidently top left corner for his 9th of the season, and we are up 1-0 against Scunthorpe with that penalty. That is a confident taker right there in Lewis Riley. And that bumps us up into 13th in the table right now. They have an injury. And our XG jumps way up higher than it probably should be just because we had that penalty. But things are looking good for us so far, though they have a free kick in a dangerous area. That cross comes in and Loft again can't hit the net as it goes over. Luckily, he hasn't been able to get anything on goal against us here. As we hit the 35th minute, still up 1-0. Boreham Wood's taking it to Dagenham and Redbridge right now. Torquay has been tied up by Eastleigh. That's what's put us up. Kennedy with the free kick into Riley, who finds some space. His shot is blocked. It goes back to Boadu, who passes it to Tomlinson, into Kalevely. Back to Tomlinson. Out wide to Lowy, who will launch it forward onto Riley, who will run onto it out wide. Cross it in. Easy for their center defender to get up to, but Tomlinson will gather the ball again, try to kick it into Ebanks. Back to Boadu, who shoots from distance, and it comes just over the net. As we start putting a little bit of pressure on with our confidence from that scored penalty, it looks like, trying to draw this more into an even game. And so far, we are looking decent. As we almost have the half, but we have one last highlight. Lowy kicks it up, but it bounces all the way back to Bailey, who passes into Lowy to give it another shot, who will put it on to Riley, who will run onto it and take the shot and score. His 10th of the season. We are up 2-0 against Scunthorpe. What a result is going. I should play all the games on the camera because we have been winning on camera. Lowy, his first free kick didn't quite get through, but this time he puts on the space for Riley to easily run onto, and he puts a clinical finish near post, and we are up 2-0 here. And looking real in a good position going into half. We have been a little bit more potent as well than Scunthorpe has been with their chances. I'm very pleased. So we will try to keep that going here into the second half, as this is a game in close succession to our last game, only a couple days apart. So we're going to have to keep an eye on some fitness here, and now they're going to come and attack at us. It looks like, but so far they are unable to do anything. Bermal has gotten a knock here, it looks like, and we are probably going to... Oh, and Ebanks is tired too, which could be a problem. So at the 63rd minute, we're going to make some changes here. Potential groin injury. We will bring... Okay, Newbie's going to come in on that left side. Ebanks is tired, but he's going to have to play this game. Tomlinson hasn't been great. My bench, just because of internationals and vacations and everything, is a little low. And I'm not a fan of that. Do I have any? I don't really have any center mids available. Well, Kennedy hasn't been playing well, so we're going to bring in Baines for Kennedy. Those are going to be our two changes for now. There's going to be some team management here that we're going to have to do with a limited bench, just because of a combination of circumstances. As we come into the 75th minute, we will make a change here at the 78th. Tomlinson is not playing well, and he is tired. So we are going to bring... We're going to bring Boadu. No, we're going to bring Cavalli back into that defensive spot. And we are going to put Garcia in for Tomlinson here. Yeah, no, that's just what we're going to do. There's 12 minutes left. Hopefully he doesn't come out of the harness. Hey, we're on that highlight. It goes out to Ebanks, but he's offside. So Not much going there. As we come into 80th minute, we're looking to just hold on here now with kind of the players that we have out there, not in their strongest positions due to our bench. But we do have a free kick. Riley will put it into Boadu. Ooh, almost. Oh, that was Baines who got his head onto it as it comes just wide. That Torquay and Eastleigh match is a banger right now. 4-3 over there. As we come into extra time, and that should do it, we are able to not only beat Scunthorpe, but hold on for a clean sheet, winning 2-0 with a pen and a goal in extra time of halftime to really do it. That was a good win. Well done, boys. And that bumps us up. I think it was to 13th in the table. We'll see in a second here, I suppose. It will bump us up to 13th in the table. Looking good. 55 points, tied with Eastleigh and Torquay. Real tight in the middle, but we're 15 points off the drop, so I think we are fighting bravely against relegation quite well, and we are only 6 points off of a playoff spot. We're getting close to the end of the season here. Bermal is injured 5 to 8 days. We're going to give Riley some praise as he's been playing real well in front of net there. And let's see, it says we can finish 22nd at the lowest, so we're not quite safe from relegation yet, but we definitely made a big step towards it there. So as we look at our schedule, we've only got 6 games left in the season, so we probably will just come back for the end of the season. Havant and W, who are sitting, and Solihull Moors gives us a really good end, as it's 2 teams at the bottom of the table. And we will probably secure our place still here in the Vanarama National League within the next couple games, I think, with the way that the season's going. But we will come back at the end of the season for the last 2 games and probably the end of season wrap up. So I hope that you enjoyed that video. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time on Up the Ladder.